Sometimes it feels like there is no one supporting me. I know that people care. They try to be there for me, but it's like they're not getting through to me. It's like that's all just empty words. I know that that's not true, but that's how it feels like. And that leaves you feeling alone and isolated. And if you don't want to live for yourself and you don't want to live for anyone else.
In daily life, when everything goes according to plan, I can convince myself that I'm better already, that the medication is working, and that I'm basically fine, and that things are not as bad as they seem to be when you're diagnosed with depression. I just have to cope with the fact that it's just going to take me some time to heal. So the problem isn't that I forgot the power cord yesterday. The problem is that forgetting the power cord and then completely losing it reminded me of the fact that I'm actually going through something, and that is hard to admit. That is hard to admit, even though I'm blogging about it on a daily basis. It's just, you have to be honest to yourself, and that's not easy. I'm at the Botanical Gardens, and this place is just stunningly beautiful and colourful. So I'm still at uni. I just had a coffee break with a friend, and I know that she cares a lot, otherwise I would simply be pissed, but she speaks her mind quite frankly, and I'd already told her that today, basically that since yesterday, I was going through a bit of a rough patch. And she basically goes and decides that today's the best day to indulge in some not so constructive criticism. I usually appreciate her thoughts because she's to the point, she's gonna tell you what she thinks, and she speaks her mind. And I admire that openness, but today, just the amount and the topics we touched, dealing with her was rather hurtful. So I packed my stuff and I don't really know what to do yet, because I know I wanna go home. It was hard to get out of bed this morning and I just wanna go right back to bed, but I know I'm gonna hate myself when I do that, so I don't really know what to do now. That's why I'm here. I'm done at the Botanical Gardens. I feel a bit better, walking around, listening to music, taking pictures actually helped a bit. But I'm really tired. It's just emotional strain always makes me really tired. So I'm just gonna go home and hopefully this is not gonna be the end of the day. We'll see. Bye. So right when I left the Botanical Gardens, I texted my friend that I appreciate her concern and that I'm trying to be very open and optimistic about my depression, and that I wouldn't have explicitly told her that I was having a bad day unless I really I was asking her to be patient with me, and all she answered basically was sorry. that she's just not gonna talk about difficult topics with me from now on, and I don't really know how to make sense of that, but I'll see.
The idea of doing just about anything right now seems it just seems like too much. Like, I don't want to focus, I don't want to do anything. I'm so tempted, because I'm so tired, I'm so tempted to just close my eyes and sleep. That's all I want to do. It's like the only thing I can do on days like these is read Harry Potter. I know the story. I like basically grew up with the books and the movies, so there's like a very calming sense of familiarity when I read the books. It's still really hard to focus, but that like really J.K. Rowling makes it easy to dive into the story, especially if you know them, if you know the world, if you can imagine everything. And like that way, the books just take me away and I can just forget what's actually happening to me. So when I put the book aside for a moment, I'm fine, because I don't think about being depressed. I'm just happy for an instant, or sad or whatever, like affected by the story, by what happens. And then when I realize what's going on, it gets harder to pick up the book again and keep reading. I'm just supposed to start the chapter on the Mirror of Erised, and it's really hard to get back into reading, just to focus on words and sentences, on scripture, and I wish I could sleep.